Hello, my lovelies. How are you all doing this morning? I hope you are doing excellently. I know it has been a minute since I posted a video, but I have been working hard on this particular project as well as dealing with some life stuff. As you all know, I've recently moved 3 times and I'm finally settled in my new home, and it's taken me a little while to then find all of my things, get settled, and start diving back into the channel. Today we are diving into my 2024 reading journal. Yes, I know it should have been set up weeks or even months ago, but here's where we are. We roll with the punches. So if you are interested to see what notebook I used, where I got it from, what materials I use, and what my reading journal looks like, stay tuned. For this year's reading journal, I have gone with the Archer and Olive B5 spellbook from their Halloween release. It is a stunning vegan leather with raw edges on the pages, and I am in love with this. I'm wanting to keep this lovely gold foil that's on the inside cover, and we're going to start by grabbing my Pelican pen inked with Golden Barrel, which is just a gorgeous combination. I promise you the unboxing for this pen is coming soon, but I keep getting more goodies and I've just been having a hard time getting started. Without further ado, let's jump right into the setup. I have set this book up with a few odds and ends and then completely swiped it and started over about 4 times. I just couldn't find the right vibe for where the mood I was in and the books I was interested in reading this year that also fit the right vibe for the right notebook. So finding the right combination was a little tricky, but we've got it. So we are going with kind of an astrological vibe, but there's definitely some astrology vibes in this. I started out with these cutouts from, I'm not sure what the paper pack is called, like each kit is called, but it is a scrapbooking kit, and I'm going to link it down in the description box below from Amazon. Enjoy! The girl and these books are from 2 different kits. I think I pull from at least 2 different kits, maybe 3. So I'm going to link all the ones I know I used in there. And I'm also going to link the web page for some of the stickers. I'm not going to be able to find all of them because I think I used at least 3 different sticker packs, but I will link the shops that I used down below, and I hope you can find the items. I love these owls, and so as I was trying to set up this cover page, just using these book covers wasn't the vibe I was going for. It was perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with it, but it didn't seem to fit with the cover. So this is one of the examples of one that I just scratched. So I then looked back at the cover and went, what do I see here? And so I wanted to bring in that black. I wanted to bring in some of the gold with the gold foiled stickers, but I really wanted to hit the text block of books. So I found this scrapbooking paper that had some just text blocks on it, and then that black paper, and I'm doing sort of a scrapbooky tearing away raw edge to match the raw edge of the notebook itself. I then brought in some of these stickers from an astrological kit that I got for a pen pal collab last year. I'm going to link here at the top of the screen. On this video, I'm going to link the unboxing for this notebook and some of the other Halloween stuff that came in their kit in October. I'm also going to link the video for these astrology stickers. I've got a whole haul. So I pulled out some of these washi stickers, some of these scrapbooky pages from that kit, these owls, and glued it all down. The washi tape some of it is from the Archer and Olive Halloween kit that's linked at the top of the screen. And then some of it is from the Notebook Therapy. Again, I'll link the washi tape in the description box below. And here's our final setup of our first page. So this is my nameplate page. We have this lovely girl with the bookbinding corset. We've got some cool little bits and bobs that just gives it a nice vibe. It starts us off with this color scheme of blacks and the golds, the text block, and bookish details. Now on the next page, we're doing our title page. Now some people glue this first page down to the cover page. Some people cut it right off. And since I've never been able to really figure out what to do with this page, I thought I might as well try and work with some layers. So I cut that first page down to half. Instead of gluing it down or cutting it out completely, I cut it down to half, and I'm going to kind of use it to layer this first page. We have the Once Upon a Time Far, Far Away is from yet another paper pack, and I just took the scrapbooking pages out of there and cut down this font because I really liked it. I want it to overlap so it sort of cuts over the wizard, but you'll see the wizard perfectly when you open that little Dutch door. And I wanted to get the reading journal title. Now, this was the first one I did. I was going again with that raw edge to match the notebook, but as I looked at it more, I didn't like it not being clean. It just, while it matched the notebook, it did not match my own personal aesthetic. Now, I wanted this Dutch door to be functional, so I used these pages again from Journaly, linked in the description box below, and cut the vintage papers in half and just sort of layered it. On here, I'm going to put my reading goals. So for this year, that's I want to read 60 books at least. Last year, I read about 100. The year before, I read about 120. But I have so much to do this year. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to read quite that much. It was also really stressful to try and reach such a massive goal. So this year I'm going to bring it down. 60, I think, is a reasonable number. I'm expecting to reach that before the end of the year, but I just don't want to put pressure on myself. I want reading to be a pleasure. I want journaling my reads to be something I actually take a great deal of time with and do really beautiful spreads. Instead of like some of my pages, I'll just jot down a few notes with the book cover. And because I was reading so much, I didn't really have the time or ability to do like a really beautiful spread unless I was doing a video for it. So this year I'm hoping to read less and put more time and thought into my reviews and more time and thought into the journal pages for it. Next up, we have our index page, and again, I didn't want this to be the same boring list I've used the last 2 years, so this is from that same scrapbooking book. It's a book with this really sort of rugged, rough-looking paper. What I'm planning to do in this book, because I'm not going to read as much this year, I don't expect to read as much this year, we'll see. I'm going to map out, this is the 2024 setup pages, trackers, Goodreads goals, and reviews. And then in the review section, I'll break it up by quarter and I'll list the books that I read in each quarter. And on one of my pages, I will list each book's review page. So that's not going to be listed here on the index. It's going to be the reviews are over here. And then at the beginning of that section is where I will list where each book is reviewed. Reason being, if I'm going to use this for multiple years, which I think I might with that small, more reasonable reading goal, I don't want to have an index that's so detailed for every single book at the front of the book. I just want to know, hey, where's each section located? So that's what's here. Again, I'm just kind of pulling scrapbooking paper. I'm messing with things, trying to figure out what I want to do with this layout. And for the index page, I ended up doing this collage setup that I used for the title page as well, just to sort of put some of these astronomy symbols, some of these keys and washi tape that I had, and did like a background border and then stuck the book on top of that. Then I had this blank page here and I was trying to figure out, I already did my reading goals, so that can't go here. What am I going to put here? And I went to the internet, started looking at what other people have been doing, some of my friends from the Discord server, what they did for their books. And I went, oh, a quote page. Of course, it's the beginning of the year. I'm starting out. I need a quotes page. That would be perfect to put here. It doesn't affect the trackers because the index page is for the whole book. So if I put trackers or something here, that would be confused. So I did a quote, and the quote I went with is, "A reader lives 1,000 lives." That it resonated with me because part of why I love to read is to have 1,000 experiences that I'll never have in real life, to explore 1,000 worlds and to live 1,000 lives. I mean, we only get to live one. That doesn't mean we can't live vicariously through so many characters. And again, just using the same materials now, the same scrapbooking pages, the same stickers, and just playing through, arranging them in different ways. All right, we're going to skip the bookshelf and come back to that. We're going to have my bookshelf, which is where I'm going to color in each book I read. On the reverse page is where I'm going to have the sticker covers that I've seen other people use and I've not actually used before, but now that I have a color printer home, I'm actually going to try doing this where I actually use the sticker paper and the book covers. And so on here is where I'm going to track the books that I've read in order, the page number of their review, my star rating of the book, and the number that it correlates to on the bookshelf. So on the bookshelf, I'm not going to try and write in all of the titles on that little spine. I'm just going to do a number. That number is going to correlate with a book on this page, and then this page will show you where the book review is. I'm doing a Dutch door on here as well because I don't want to have to redo this top border on every page. Instead, I'm going to do the top border, cut down the pages. I think I have enough for 120 books because that's the most I've ever read in a year. And if I read less than that, then that last page will be where I do my annual reports and stats and things. And if I end up reading that many books, then I'll just fill this all up with book covers. So again, the same vibe as the previous pages. I'm using the same materials. I'm doing my books read in 2024. So this kind of acts as my breaker for, there's the reading journal index that tells you this is what this book is, and then this is the breakdown that this is the 2024 section. I really am enjoying this vibe, this layout. I like the combinations of just that pop of blue. The rest of it is the black, white, and craft paper. It's actually not craft paper. It's grocery bags, like the brown paper grocery bags. I'm finding I really enjoy using that in scrapbooking. It's a completely free resource and it's thinner, and I mean, it's free, right? So I've just been using that for a lot of crafting projects. And here is the finished section. I have that torn paper going down the middle. I think it'll actually look really cool with the book covers sitting over this. It sort of gives it a really nice layered effect. I'm really excited about that. All right, now we're going into my trackers section. I'm going to have a section for the ARC books. I've been doing ARC reading for a few different authors now from Book Talk, and I want to make sure that I track making sure I get their books read on time, what their release date is, if I reviewed it on Goodreads or YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, all of the above. If I'm going to be on the ARC team, I have to at least do one. And if I can do more than one, that helps them. And if I can only do one, that's what I've agreed to. So I'm excited to read a few ARC books. I know I'm on the team for at least 3 this quarter. So I'm excited to read those books. I'm excited to tell you about the ones I've read. And I'm doing like a waterfall edge here for this is my trackers section. So that is my ARCs. The other one I'm doing is we've started doing a book club in the Discord server. I think we're going to do every other month. We'll meet and talk about a book because there's only a few of us that are super active there as readers. You know, we've got pen and paper enthusiasts of all varieties, but there's only about a dozen of us that are readers. So we're going to sit down, and This month we are doing Crescent City series. At least the third book is the one we're doing the review of. A lot of us are reading, either rereading the first two in the series or reading it for the first time this month, but we will be sitting down talking about it this weekend. So if that's something you're interested in, check out the description box below, hit that Discord button, and come on over and join us. You can join in that discussion. Really excited to read this book and to talk about it. I will be doing a book review here on the channel as well. I might even bring some highlights from our discussion. That might be cool. Let me know down in the comment section if you'd like to hear some highlights from our book club, and I will have to get consent from them before I record that. But that sounds like it might be fun. Again, same washi tape that I've been using on all the pages so far, but I cut down each page to meet this width of each of these washi's and to mark a tracker. This is like a reading tracker of some kind. So again, we had the ARC reads, we have our book club section, we have my library books. I'm also tracking the books that come in for Fairy Loot, both the young adult and adult for the year, and the last one is my series tracker of series that I'm reading, how many books I've read in that series, and when I complete the series. Okay, and now we're going to jump into my bookshelf. I wanted to get a lot of that scrapbooking stuff while I had those materials out and do all of those in one go. I then did some cleaning up and got some of that materials packed away, and now we're going into setting up my bookshelf. So again, I'm giving myself the Goodreads goal of 60 books for this year. I think I've put in 70 books on this shelf, but then I have one last shelf at the bottom where I can put in additional books if I need to. Have a few of the little bit of decorative accoutrement, little extra things to fill up the shelf, because who only puts books on their bookshelf? I mean, does anybody? I have a little window here, and out the window I have a little nod to ACOTAR with the mountain and the 3 stars. If you know, you know. How I'm going to be coloring in these spines is I have a star rating at the bottom, and each book is going to be colored according to their star rating. Then it's going to be denoted by whether I read it a physical copy by having a gold accent on the cover, or if it was an audiobook, I will have a silver accent on the cover. And then audiobooks, I'm new to audiobooks. I've only listened to about 2 or 3 so far. I would like to do more of that. Each spine is going to be numbered to correspond with the book cover on the adjacent page, and that way these 2 pages will work together. So this page is doing double duty. One, it's my Goodreads goals of how many books I'm going to read and how to track them instead of doing those boxes as a whole separate page. 2, it's my star rating, which I will be doing here as well as on the adjacent page, and it's the format which I read it in. So that's what this is doing. And here's what it looks like all finished. This is the last thing that I put in here. I'm joining the fantasy book reading adventure. Each month there is a prompt and you can go down which path you want to go down, and it just encourages you to try a different kind of reading or read with a different motivation. I'm hoping to read 2 to 5 books a month, and this will sort of just help me go down the garden path. It's kind of a fun way to look at it. We'll be doing this adventure in the Discord. You can go your own path, but we're hoping to, pick books that follow that adventure. So if you want to get the PDF for that, you can click the link in the description box below, join the Discord server, and you can join us in our book club adventure. So it is that time to do the final flip through. Here is my nameplate page, and then we have our title page with my goals of read 60 books, read a little each week, read 2 books a month. And I want to read more indie authors, self-published authors, because I am finding that a lot of them are writing some very good stuff, and I want to support that community. We've got my index card and our quote page. I've got my bookshelf where I'm going to be tracking things, and some room to grow my bookshelf if it's required. We have the books read in 2024 section where I'll be putting my book covers. And since I have it here, let's put in my reads for January. I read King of Scars, which is the 3rd book in the Grishaverse series, and I read Touch of Darkness, Ruin, and Malice, which is a Persephone and Hades retelling, and it's actually a really good series if you were wanting to check it out. So that's what I've read in January, and I will color in these pages later. I will color in those books later. And then we have our trackers here. These are my ARC reads, where I will track the author, the title, the release date, whether I do a review on Amazon, YouTube, TikTok, or Goodreads, or all of the above, and make sure I can do it in a timely manner. Then I have my book club books, where I will do the prompt here and the review will go on a separate page so that I can actually put in some of our discussions there. This is where I'm going to track my Fairy Loot young adult and adult book boxes, where I can stick the covers here. Again, what page the review is on if I do one. Then this one is my library book section. This is where I'm going to put the due date, the location, which library I took it from, how many books we have. And then in the pocket here, I will put the receipt, because they don't give you a card anymore. So I will put the receipt for that book so I always know where to find the books that we've taken out. The last one is my series tracker of series that I'm reading, how many books I've read in that series, and when I complete the series. And then the last one is my adventure section, and on here I will put in, for January, I have my read a physical book. I read a physical book is what I did for January. So that sticker will go on here, and this will fill up throughout the year with what I've read that month and what path I've taken. I know this video is always the longest one I produce all year long. Whenever I do a new journal or a new logbook of any kind, it is always a long video. So thank you for sticking with me for this. There will be more bookish content coming, more reviews and book spreads in this journal throughout the year. I hope you enjoyed this one and that you'll come back for more of those. If you want to check out any of the supplies I used, it's down in the description box below. If you want to see some of my short form content, also linked in the description box below is my TikTok and my Instagram. And if you want to be part of the conversation, join in some of our book club chats. All of that will be linked in the description box below. So be sure to check that out. And if you want to let me know what you thought, please do hit that like button to let me know this is content you're enjoying. Drop down in the comments below, what did you think of this setup? Do you think I made the right choice for the notebook? What notebook are you using, and what theme did you go with for your reading journal for 2024? Thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you for sticking with me despite the fact that I haven't posted in like a month. You are amazing and I love you all so much. Have a great day and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.